Hello everyone, welcome back again to Unit 4. And we are going to discuss again what's going on with this unit. And this unit is called We Are Using Technology. But for today we are going just to discuss lessons 4, 5 and 6. Actually we have many words in this unit, so we are going to discuss it in lessons. And for this lesson we are going first we are going to read a passage, and then we are going to extract the present continuous, and we will try to extract some new words. Now stay with me and please focus on this passage. Soha is not making a video call, but she is talking to her friend. Amira is not using any technology. Fatma has got long curly hair and she's writing. Hala is using her mobile phone to send a text message. Layla is not using a mobile phone, she is using a tablet. And Mona is smiling at her phone, she is taking a selfie. Just step by step, we're going to extract and get out the present continuous tense from this passage. Number one, yes, you will take your 3 seconds to guess the first sentence we use the present continuous in. So, and yes, in the first sentence here we have Soha is not making a video call. This is the negative form of the present continuous. And for the present continuous in the negative form, we use the subject, then the auxiliary am or is or are, and we use not, and after this we use the gerund. Okay, so the second sentence here, and it's in the present continuous, it is she is talking to her friend. So I have two opposite sentences, and I have the negative form and the affirmative form of the present continuous in the same sentence. Yes, Soha is not making a video call. This is the negative form of the present continuous. And she is talking to her friend. This is the affirmative form of the present continuous. Now let's move on. Amira is not using any technology. As you can see here, I'm using any because I have the negative form of the present continuous. And this is also the present continuous. Yes, Amira is not using any technology. So all the first paragraph, it's all using the present continuous. Now let's move on. Fatma has got long curly hair. I just want you to remember that we used has got and have got with the hair. And it's like when you use have or has. So Fatma has got long curly hair, and if I want to get the negative form of has got, yes, it's hasn't got or haven't got. She is writing. Hala is using her mobile phone to send a text message. Here we have some sentences which are using the present continuous. Yes, you will take your 3 seconds to guess what is the first one. And yes, the first sentence here, which is using the present continuous, it's she is writing. Yes, she is writing. She is the subject, is the auxiliary we use. It's like am and is and are, and writing is the gerund we should use. And for the second one, when I'm telling you Hala is using her mobile phone to send a text message, this is a sentence using the present continuous. Yes, Hala is the subject, is the auxiliary we use, and using is the gerund. And I cannot use the base form of the verb with the present continuous. I only use the base form of the verb with the present simple. And let's move on. Layla is not using a mobile phone. She is using a tablet. Yes, in this sentence, I have the present continuous also. When I say Layla is not using a mobile phone, so Layla is the subject, is the auxiliary and using the gerund. And this is called the negative form of the present continuous using not. And for the next one, yes, it's using the present continuous. As I see, she is using a tablet. And this is the affirmative form of the verb, or the affirmative form of the present continuous. Now let's move on. Mona is smiling at her phone. So the present continuous here, yes, Mona is smiling. Mona is the subject, is the auxiliary, and smiling in the gerund. And as you can see here, we have a preposition smile at. Yes, this is a prepositional verb, smile at. And for the last one, she is taking a selfie. This is also in the present continuous. She is the subject, is the auxiliary, and talking is the gerund. Now let's move on. In this passage, we are going to talk about Wa'il, and he is aged 12, and we are going to extract some new words or some important prepositions from it. Wa'il is talking and he is saying, I love technology. My favorite hobby is playing video games. I usually play them on my laptop, but sometimes I play them on my mobile phone. Can you guess my favorite lesson at school? Yes, it is computer studies. At break and lunchtime, I stay in the classroom and I look at video game websites on my phone. Now, we are going to talk about Wa'il. And for this, we are going to say that he really likes video games. He really likes video games. And we know that his favorite lesson at school is the computer studies, as it uses technology so much. And in this passage, we are going to see the prepositions mentioned in it. The first one, I say on my laptop. I don't say at my laptop. No, it's on my laptop. And please, you have to write this down. On my laptop. And it's also on my mobile phone. And at break. It's also at lunchtime. And in the classroom, not on the classroom or at the classroom. And it's on my phone. The next thing you can see here that in this passage you are using the present simple, not the present continuous. Why? Because he is talking about a fact and about something he does all the time. He loves technology and he usually plays video games on his laptop, and he sometimes plays them on his phone, and he studies in the classroom and looks at video games websites. Now let's move on to another passage. And in this passage we are going to talk about Mazen. And he's aged 13. Mazen is talking and saying, I love nature. I like walking and watching the trees, animals, flowers, and insects all around us. I don't like being in the house. I like being in the garden and looking at the sky at school. I always go outside at break, and I go when it's very hot or cold. I've got a mobile phone, and I don't send text messages or make video calls on my phone, but I take photos of flowers. In this passage, I have many things to say. But the first thing you must notice is that in this passage we are focusing on the structure of like or likes, and also the negative form of them, and it's like don't like and doesn't like. In the first sentence we can see that he is saying I like watching and walking. So how to use like or likes? As we said before like and likes, we use the subject, and after them I use the verb in gerund. And we also used the negative form of them And it's like, I don't like being in the house. Yes, this is the negative form of like or likes. I is the subject and like is preceded with the negative one, don't, and after it we use the gerund at its being. To move on, I will see I always go outside at break. And here we are using the present simple tense. I always go. And we have a preposition here and it's called at break. Now let's move on and we will see that we also used have got in saying I have got a mobile phone. And we also used the negative form of the present simple. It's like, yes, I, the subject, send is the base form of the verb and it's preceded with don't. And now let's move on, please. How to make an imperative sentences, or how to give directions, or how to give instructions. When you are giving instructions, you can use the imperative, and it's the base form of the verb without a pronoun. I don't say, you go to the shop. No, I say, go to the shop. I don't say, you buy an ice cream. I say, buy an ice cream. And then I don't say, you eat it. No, I say, eat it. Okay? How to give an instruction? It's so easy, and it's to use just the base form of the verb without the pronoun. Like when I tell you, read the passage. Read is the imperative here, and it's to give an instruction. Now, together we will complete the text with the words say, tap, or turn. And it's about how to make a video call. Number one, your tablet on. Yes, it's so easy, and you will have your 3 seconds. And number one is turn your tablet on. Yes, turn on to make something on, to do something on it. So turn your laptop on. Number two, the name of the person. Yes, it's not click, because you will use your finger and it will be tap the name of the person. And number three, you will say hello. Now let's move on. How to stay safe when you use technology. Here are some tips to stay safe when you use technology. Number one is to keep your password secret. Yes, don't tell anyone about your password. Number two, make your friends with people you don't know online. This can't be done. Why? You can't make friends with the people you don't know online. So you have to write this. Don't make friends with people you don't know online. Number three, tell a parent or a teacher if you are worried about something. If you talk to some people online and you don't know them and something wrong happened, you must tell your parents or your teachers. Now stay with me. And here we have to remember how to get the negative form of the imperatives. And it's so easy, like we said before, it's with don't. So for giving instructions for the imperative or the affirmative form of the imperatives, we just use the base form of the verb, not preceded with the noun. For the negative form of the imperatives, we just use the base form of the verb, but in this time it's preceded with don't. So as you can see here, don't make friends with people you don't know online. And thank you for watching us. And now after we had finished talking about the words and talking about the grammars and all of this, now we are going to answer some exercises. Number one, finish the following dialogue with one word each. A is talking to B and he's saying, have you got a new? Yes, to know what he has got, we have to go on in this conversation. And in this conversation, you will see here that he is telling him, does your new tablet has a big screen? So he is asking him if he has got a new, yes, a new tablet. So, have you got a new tablet? He will answer, yes, my father has bought me a new one. And here he is asking about the price and he's saying, how does it cost? So it's going to be, yes, how much does it cost? Now let's move on. It costs about 4,000, yes, it will be 4,000 pounds. Does your new tablet has a big screen? And I can say yes it is or yes it has. No, I want just to finish it with one word, and this word is going to be of course. Of course it has or it is 10 inches. Now let's move on to exercise number 2 and choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1, space is computers, laptops, tablets, and mobiles. Yes, we said this in the first lecture, and you have your 3 seconds. Yes, the answer is going to be technology. Technology is computers, laptops, tablets, and mobiles. Now let's move on to number 2. My father will buy me and you to help me in my study. As we said before, we use something to study and for the educational stages nowadays. And yes, you will take your 3 seconds. And actually the answer is going to be tablet. My father will buy me a new tablet to help me in my study. Number 3, a is a kind of smaller or small computer. So the small computer, it's easy to hold all the time and it's easy to be with you everywhere you go. And yes, it's laptop. Now number 4, the mobile and the tablet can send text, letters, envelopes, messages, or message. So it's easy and clear, and yes, the answer is messages. Now let's move on to number 5, I'm sorry. The teacher always asks the students sitting of him. And yes, we have of, so the preposition is going to be in front of. So the teacher always asks the students sitting in front of him, not all the time. Number 6, space, time, do you have math on Monday? So it's easy and the answer is going to be yes. What time do you have math on Monday? Number 7, the space is like the computer but it is easier to carry. Yes, we can take it everywhere. And yes, the answer is clear and it's laptop. Now let's move on to number 8. Salma not got school on Friday. We took this in the last or the previous unit, and it will be, okay, Salma hasn't got school on Friday. Number 9, I will use my to talk to my friends. So I'm going to use my computer, laptop, camera, or mobile. So I'm going to use my mobile to talk to my friends. Number 10, I want to space what I have typed on the computer on paper. Yes? I will say it's I want to print what I have typed on the computer on paper. That is out of paper, so you should buy some. So I use paper with the router, the mobile, or the party, and it should be the printer, yes. Number 12, that helps people to move on the screen. Yes, to move on the screen, we use something to do it, and it's called, yes, the mouse. Now let's move on. Number 13, use the mouse to on the icon. Kick, click, tap, or toggle. We said to use the mouse, we use a verb and it's called click on the icon. But to use your finger, it's tap on the icon. So the answer here is click. Number 14, Tamer wants to visit his farm. Yes, it's called the possessive pronouns or possessive apostrophe S. So Tamer wants to visit his, yes, uncle's farm. This apostrophe S refers to that the farm is for his uncle or it's his uncle's farm. Number 15, where you born? And it's so easy, and if I answer you, I will tell you I was born. So actually you are going to use where. Number 16, my father's father is my, yes, my grandfather. Number 17, the doctor helps people, sick, lazy, naughty, or well. So it will be, yes, the doctor helps sick people. Number 18, I want to an engineer. So after to, or after I want to, I use the base form of the verb, and the base form of am or is or are is be. So I will say, I want to be an engineer. Number 19, my friend's son, my father's son, my father's son is my, yes, he's my brother. Number 20, Mr. Ahmed and Mrs. Ahmed are husband and, yes, and wife. Now let's move on to the exercises, but on this grammar. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1, she is sick people. She is a doctor. So she is, here we have the present continuous and she is, yes, she is helping. Number 2, they fast at the moment. And I should know that at the moment is a keyword that is referring to the present continuous tense. And with the present continuous tense, I use subject, auxiliary, and the gerund. So here I will use they are running fast at the moment. Now let's move on to number 3. It often rains in the winter, but it now. Yes, now is the keyword that is referring to the present continuous, and the answer is going to be is raining. Number 4, I doing my homework now. So it's easy, you will have your 3 seconds. And yes, I will take am not. Now let's move on to number 5. What book now? I told you when I go to make a question, I use the question word, then the auxiliary, subject, and followed by the gerund. So it will be, what book are you reading now? Now let's move on to number 6. Look at heavily. As we said before, at the moment and now are keywords of the present continuous. And also look is the keyword of the present continuous. So I am going to say, look, it is raining heavily. So let's move on to number 7. What is Magdi now? So it will be, yes, what is Magdi doing now? Number 8, she helping sick people in a village. So helping is the gerund, and we have she is the subject. So the missing word here is the auxiliary, and it will be, yes, she's helping sick people in a village. Number 9, he is studying for exams. So it's going to be, it's easy for his exams. She isn't working at the hospital day, last day, today, or moment. Actually, for moment, we should use at the moment, but we don't have at that. So, the keyword that is referring to the present continuous here is today. Number 11, they are TV. So, you will have your 3 seconds, and it will be, they are watching TV. Number 12, he is staying in bed. He not as, isn't, or hasn't. So, yes, I will take isn't. Let's move on. Number 13, you an email at the moment. So it will be, yes, are writing. Number 14, what are your cousins now? So I have the question word, the auxiliary, and the subject. So the missing word is, yes, the gerund, and it will be doing. Now number 15, reading a book. Yes, I am. So I'm asking you, I'm telling you, are you reading a book? And you answer, yes, I am. Now let's move on to number 16. Space to the ticket office to buy a ticket. Here I am giving you an instruction, and it should be an imperative, and I will say, yes, go to the ticket office to buy a ticket. Number 17, don't go out now. Yes, wait here. Number 18, lose your ticket in the machine. And I am giving you an imperative, but it's in the negative form, and it's going to be, yes, don't. Number 19, your ticket in the machine to let you go through. Yes, your ticket in the machine to let you go through. So it will be put, yes. Number 20, the sign says, yes, it's an instruction, and it will be stop. Now let's move on to the next one and read and correct the mistakes in these sentences. So I will say, number 1, technology help people. As you know that technology is an uncountable word, so it takes a singular verb, and it will be, yes, I will say technology helps people. Number 2, my father is works on the farm now. And now it's a keyword of the present continuous, and it will be, yes, my father is working now. Number 3, the mechanic mends my car at the moment. At the moment is a keyword of the present continuous, and it should be, yes, is mending. Now let's move on to the next one. Number 4, and we are studying for exams at the moment. So it should be, yes, we are studying for exams at the moment. Now number 5, a laptop helps us to see what to type on paper. No, it's a laptop helps us to see what we type on screen. Now let's move on to number 6. You should keep your passport secret on the internet. No, I should keep my password secret on the internet. Now let's move on to number 7. And what about making selfie together? And for selfie, I have a verb and it's called taking. Yes. What about taking selfie together? Now let's move on to number 8. My teacher is calling Mr. Hisham. His name is Mr. Hisham. So it should be my teacher is called Mr. Hisham. Now let's move on to number 9. My table is one of the latest kind of technology. My table is one of the latest kinds of technology, and it should be, yes, my tablet. Number 10, who can give me a mobile change? I want to charge my mobile, so it will be a mobile charger. Now let's move on. Read and correct the underlined words. You write an email at the moment. So at the moment, it's a keyword of the present continuous. So I must write you are writing. Now let's move on to number 2. My mom makes lunch now. So now with the keyword of the present continuous, and it should be my mom is making lunch now. Number 3, we is getting up early. This is a habit or something you do every day, so you should use the present simple. And it will be we get up early every day, or just we get up early. So look, he isn't studying. So it will be, yes, look, he isn't studying. Now number 5, I drink tea at the moment. So it will be at the moment is a keyword of the present continuous, and it should be I am drinking tea at the moment. Now number 6, my mother is a chef. She designs buildings. And the one who designs buildings, we call him, yes, engineer. Now number 7, what are they do now? And it will be, yes, what are they doing now? Number 8, I'm traveling to Cairo yesterday. No, yesterday the keyword of the past simple, and here we should use a keyword of the present continuous, and I can say now or at the moment or any other word. Now number 9, not go to the ticket office. Here I am going to say that this sentence uses the negative form of the imperatives, and it should be, yes, don't go to the ticket office. Now number 10, don't using the mobile phone in the class. And here it's the same negative form of the imperatives, and for this we are going to use don't plus the base form of the verb, and it should be use, not using. And thank you so much for being with us. هو انا عملت